yeah. Hi, we're here.
I'm uncomfortable.
Are you?
Not really,
Does
but
my rapping make you uncomfortable?
it should. It probably should,
It
but
probably
no,
should because I'm
I'm
terrible
okay.
at it.
So we're back from Canadian Thanksgiving. We're back from our short break. Um, we will be here for the next this Sunday and next Sunday and maybe the Sunday after that. No, this Sunday and next Sunday. And then we'll be switching back to Wednesdays with this show, and Dragonlance will be starting on the 30th again with our DL3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the plan. And then I don't know, I have some new things planned for the channel. So we'll see. We'll see. Viking and I are working on a superhero game maybe, and I don't know when these are going to fucking play, but they're there.
You don't need sleep.
Nope. Nope. So last time, before we start, I totally forgot. You can type in hashtag !sponsor to check out our sponsor, none other than our friend Canadian Dice, and there might be someone here that's attached to that in one way or another.
Two someones.
Oh, there's Jasmine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan,
No,
we're not counting Ryan? Okay.
We
No,
know
I'm
who-
fine with that. Screw that guy.
We know who the power play. We know who the power player is. Whose birthday is it?
Jasmine's is tomorrow.
Jasmine.
Oh, happy birthday.
Tomorrow.
Happy birthday to you.
She's gonna be old.
Thank
You
you.
don't have a
will
happy
be old.
birthday sound effect? You will not be old.
I don't know. I
What,
don't
you're gonna
think
be
so.
30? Ooh.
You could play the creepy version that you have.
I could
32.
play the creepy version.
Ooh.
No, I probably
You're
do
not-
not have a copy of Happy Birthday.
Are you
because Happy
54?
Birthday is
Shut up.
copyright.
Are you
Yeah,
turning
but-
50? Are you
Just
turning
hit her with an
50?
air horn or something. And
Oh, that I can do.
Anyway, air horn. So you can go over to CanadianDice.ca and you can use the code OMRD. That's the initials for Old Men Rolling Dice, OMRD, and get 10% off your entire order.
Yep, yep.
We do have our Old Men Rolling dice over there, though, if you'd like to check those out. Please. Just a little bit of begging. A little bit of begging goes a long way. And supposedly they roll very, very well.
They roll really well.
And
Best set of dice I
I'm not
have.
allowed to use them when I DM because I almost kill my players every time I do. I
There you
have
go.
literally not rolled below a 15 on them so far.
There you
so.
go.
There you go. If you have not checked it out already, go and check out the Voctaire. They're running Halloween one-shots all month to raise money for Extra Life, which is a fantastic cause. And the one-shots have sort of a spooky theme. Have they actually been scary?
I would say tense.
One of them was.
Tense?
I would say tense. Not spoopy exactly, because it's hard to be spoopy when you have DMs coming in as players and DMs are assholes.
And
Speaking
fart and dick
about myself.
jokes and things like that.
Yeah.
I had
Typical
some
stuff.
After that, after the Tooth Fairy one, I had some feels.
You had some feels? Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
good. I'm glad. I really enjoyed that one shot.
Yeah,
So much in fact, I like playing the World of Darkness system so much that we have a vampire one shot now coming up on
Yep.
See, these things don't scare me, like when you play them and stuff like that. But I
Yeah.
go in the bush a lot, whether it's with the regiment or when I go camping and all that.
Yeah.
And it's when you're all by yourself in the dark, going to like the latrine or just standing around doing nothing, and you sit there and you start getting that. I've been in this situation before because you're tired, your mind starts playing tricks.
Yep.
Then you go like, this reminds me of that thing where we did that thing, and that's just when the stick breaks, and that's when you have like a little minor heart attack, and you're all like freaked out, and you can't tell anyone why you're freaked out. And you got to act really cool, but you're just like, oh, now I'm not going to sleep tonight. Damn it! And you're all mad at yourself because you scared yourself from something that happened 3 months ago.
That's how I feel when I
that.
lie down next to my wife sometimes at night.
But have you ever seen like a skinwalker?
I've never seen any of this stuff. The scariest
What
thing
is
that's
a
ever
skin-
happened to me, the scariest thing that's ever happened to me in the bush was actually at the regiment. We were on CFB Meaford, and they open up training parts of the training area every 10 years just to let them all regrow. And a lot of our old training areas are on old farmland, like circa 1800, like 1700, 1800. The guys and I, we went to sleep on what we thought was a old farmer's stone wall, like, where they plow the thing and put up stones. We wake up the next morning, it ain't stones, they're gravestones, like with the thing saying the baby died of the cough, like no dates or anything on it, just like no name. Like, it freaked us out. We had to call it in immediately to range control. They brought out the padre who blessed and consented the thing. They had the engineers dig them up, and there's a massive graveyard there.
Consented it. You mean like consecrated it?
Yeah, consecrated, blessed it, then like to dig them up, right? So
Yeah. Well,
scared the hell out of me.
just before we start, can we just get back to Affy for a moment? So you're like, have you seen a skinwalker? So you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Are you just gonna drop that, or are you gonna?
The thing with skinwalkers is if you see them, no you don't, and go back inside. Make sure all the windows and doors are locked.
What the hell's a skinwalker? Now I'm
And
afraid
don't
to
answer
ask.
the door if somebody knocks at it in the middle of the night because
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't whistle at night.
Okay, now I gotta
And if you
Google
hear birds at
skinwalker.
night,
Thanks.
There's
and
no such thing as skinwalkers.
I disagree.
Two, never open your door in the middle of the night when someone knocks on it. It doesn't have to be.
I mean, accurate,
That's
yes.
that's
But-
just
I live too
good
close
logic.
I live too close to too many reservations to not believe in skinwalkers.
Now you got Crimson in chat going, skinwalkers can be scary
They-
as...
They are
Come on
scary
now.
as shit, man. Because
They're not real.
Yes, they are.
Okay, I've never even heard of this, much less ever seen this. I'm okay.
Are you sure it wasn't a foreskin walker you saw?
Oh,
I don't know, but I'm seeing one right now.
and we're there. I didn't think we'd get there that soon, but we're there.
Just
legit,
a streaker in the night. I saw a foreskin walker.
I've seen
They're
streakers.
freaky as shit, guys. Seriously.
Where did you see them? Were you like out in the woods or like
Yeah.
walking down the street?
I was camping.
Okay, we need to put a pause on this even further. I'm gonna have to do some editing when we go to YouTube with this. But like, are you being serious?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, wait a minute. Now creeping's in her car on the way to the game here. I used to live by a park, and my roommate was woken up by a lady knocking on our door at 3 a.m. She didn't open the door. Of course she didn't open the door. You don't open the door. Oh, this is why people
So
die.
I'm just reading
This
here
is why
that these-
people die in horror movies, because they open the fucking door.
Okay, what I think they're saying, so I'm reading this because they are usually tricksters such as coyotes. Because I've seen tons of
They
coyotes in the
take
bush.
the shape of coyotes.
No, they're saying that they
They-
are coyotes that become something. Animals
Essentially.
associated with witchcraft usually include tricksters such as a coyote. However, it may
Crimson,
include
I
other
do.
creatures. Yeah, they're saying that they're animals that can turn into humans, not the other way around. It's from a Navajo thing.
So
It is
what?
a
It's a
Navajo thing, yeah.
so well. There's no Navajo in
It's
Canada.
not-
Yeah, that's
indigenous.
like
Yeah, it's not just a Navajo thing because the Oneida tribe lives about 40 miles from here. They have the same legend.
And
You don't open the door, you
Okay.
don't whistle at night, don't answer
You
if
don't
somebody does
whistle?
whistle
Why don't
never
you whistle at night?
It summons
because
them.
it summons them.
It's-
And if you hear whistling, don't answer it because it's
And you don't
it's
say
usually,
skinwalker at night.
Yeah.
there's two
When you're
other
outside.
things that are
Is it
saying
night
it-
When
right
you're
now?
outside.
I will run outside, whistle, and yell "Skinwalker" right now.
Go for it.
You better be taking notes, Ryan.
Now it's not just now. There's two other nations that have this. It's the I'm hoping I'm saying it right, and my apologies to those if I'm not. Anadirian Keen, and the Cree nations have a skinwalker, but they're animals that can become humans, not humans that can become animals. And they're tricksters. I've seen tons of coyotes, but they leave us the hell alone.
Yeah, but they will mimic the forms and voices of people you know. So even if you're like in the room with that person that you know, they may be at your door.
So
Okay.
imagine that. I go outside and whistle and say Skinwalker, and as I walk through the door, I hear my wife go, "Are you there?" And now it's like it's not really my wife; it's the Skinwalker.
Or you're the Skinwalker and she's
What a
looking for you.
coincidence! I'm the Skinwalker. What kind of animal would I be? Why would I choose this old fucking form?
It's not that form.
Why would I do
that's
that? Why would I do that?
permanent. Y'all.
Oh boy,
Y'all.
y'all. I do like the idea of being a shape changer, though. But yeah.
No.
Oh, now I gotta put a
Pass.
Skinwalker in a game just because I know it fucks with you people.
As long as Sly doesn't play, that's fine. It's on her no-go list.
It's on her no-go list.
She's a
Yeah, I know.
bear
I know.
clan, or I can't remember how to pronounce it, but yeah, it's on her no-go along with Wendigos.
That's no fun. I like Wendigo. Wendigo are spooky. I like them. Okay, are we gonna play D&D tonight, or are we gonna keep talking about your foolishness?
Well, we got
Uh,
5 more minutes before
I think
Creepin's
we're
here.
we're gonna keep talking about my foolishness because it's not foolish, it's real.
Oh, come
Well,
on.
you know where you can't go then. If you're worried, who's your friend worried about Wendigos? I
Wendigos.
was up in the Champlain, like the Samuel de Champlain Park, which is in Ontario. That whole place is where the indigo comes from. They have a detailed
Wait a
story
minute. Wait a
there.
minute. Did you say indigo or
The
Wendigo?
Wendigo.
Sorry, the Wendigo. Did I say indigo?
The
I
indigo.
The
know,
indigo is a color.
Bookstores. The bookstores come from there.
No, where Wendigos come from, they have there's rocks out there that you go see. Like if you go to their little museum, they talk about the legend of the Wendigo, and one of the heroes, like I couldn't tell you the nation off the top of my head, and I apologize. But the nation that's there, they have a hero, like their version of Hercules, right? Same pantheon, same thing. He fought them, and out on the lake, there's these stones that refer to the story of where he tricked them to fall in the water, and each stone is a dead indigo. Sorry, Wendigo, not indigo. Wendigo.
If we were playing, if this was like Kids on Bikes or some kind of Goonies role-playing game, I love the fact that I'm the skeptic. I never thought I would be that character, but I'm clearly.
Oh, I don't believe in any of this.
No,
I just
okay.
love the legends, right? The legends are cool. So
I get it. I don't intend to like try and convert you into a believer. I just know what I've seen.
This is so strange to me because I find you to be a straight shooter, a level-headed person that uses like sort of. But you're
Shouldn't
afraid of
that be
boogeymen.
telling about something then? If it's something that I have a concern for?
No, it means I found one of your flaws.
Mm.
You found her kryptonite.
I did. I found your kryptonite.
You can take her down now. You can defeat her. I found the kink in the armor.
It's not a
I'm gonna
kryptonite.
I'm gonna go run around your house whistling at night. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, you'll be the one outside having to deal with it because I will have my doors and windows locked.
Well, I'll get in my car and drive home.
Giggling.
You're the one that was whistling. They'll follow you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're the one that summoned
Hold
them.
on a sec. Now all the stories are coming out. Bainstrom says, I heard about a guy that died, and 3 days later he came back from the dead. And 30% of the world believes it's true.
I don't believe that nonsense.
And I heard to celebrate that, you just eat a lot of ham.
No, it's turkey.
You don't eat turkey at Easter.
I do.
You certainly do.
I get yelled at every year on Easter for calling it Zombie Jesus Day.
Turkey
Absolutely Zombie Jesus
Easter?
Day.
No.
Yeah.
Besides being sacrilegious, like turkey on Easter? No, you eat a ham.
Why not?
We get 3 turkey dinners. You get your turkey dinner. They go as Canadian Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. Those are the 3 big dinners.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Stop looking at me like that, Artemis. I'm fine. I just went down the wrong tube.
What tube?
No, fish is on Friday. Fish is
I
on
didn't say
Friday.
anything.
I can see it on your face.
Fish is on Friday. Fish and chips.
Yeah,
We're getting
fish
nothing
is on
fucking done tonight.
No, like at
be
this
here-
point
she'll be here any second.
we're waiting for Rosanna. At this point,
Are we?
we may as well because it's
Might
You know
as
what?
well. She's
I'm
gonna
gonna tell you
be here
what's
in
gonna
5
happen.
minutes.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Rosanna's gonna get here and she's gonna have some crazy story, and then we're not gonna.
She had her story already in chat.
Yeah, but then she'll be in person. Get those dice out of the way, Ryan. Holy cow.
Two
What?
back-to-back natural ones.
Back-to-back natural ones.
I don't
Look at
know.
that.
I've been rolling hot in this game lately. Maybe I'm just getting out of the way.
Yeah, super hot.
You're not late, Viking. We haven't even started yet. It's
Jesus.
fine.
Viking, skinwalkers, real
Oh,
or
no,
not real?
All things in balance.
He lives out in the middle of nowhere. He better believe in those.
Creeping's still 15 minutes away. We're not going to wait.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
That's fair.
Which you know we're
Flash-
bumping into
flash
now,
of you-
right?
What?
Yeah, you guys know that either a Wendigo or a Skinwalker is hopping in the game tonight. I
If
can
I'd
get
known-
attacked
if
by
only I'd known.
monkeys.
If only I'd known. Where? Skinwalker monkeys. Skinwalker monkeys.
Oh no, that'll learn me.
And they sound just like Bingo. Okay. So listen. Morning arrives. The winds have settled down. It was a horribly windy night. And the Night Watch are reporting strange sightings in the night. That the storm a couple times just stopped and they were on a wide plain of sand. That
Like the
stretched
vision that I saw.
that stretched on far off into the distance. And then the storm would sweep across them again and they would be back here. That when the sand swept across, when those sort of like openings in the storm hit, that the monastery was no longer there. They were on a plain of sand and they could see a distant pyramid. And then like the storm would retake them and the monastery would be back. It has everybody in the monastery a little uncomfortable and spooked.
As I live in this desert, would I have heard of this or seen this before?
Never.
Okay, and I've never heard of this phenomenon.
They are describing deserts like to the north in the country of Osirian,
Okay,
like the Osirian desert, which is like a Sahara desert, like an open sandy sea of
Mhm.
and you've heard of pyramids up there as well.
okay.
What you have where you guys are, like the mountain, there's the mountain valley, and it is an arid desert here as well, but there's rock and cactus and everything everywhere. It's not like the sandy deserts over the mountains.
Okay.
And you said last time you said there was no pyramids in Katapesh at all, right?
Not that you're aware of. No.
Okay.
No. The pyramids are part of the religions that exist north in Osirian.
Okay.
Did
Smudge would
anything...
confirm that because she saw that sorry.
No, go ahead.
There's a delay, I'm sorry.
No, go.
Smudge would just confirm that because at the very tail end of things last time when she was on the roof still, she saw the same thing and in the
Yes.
lightning and stuff. So
Yes. Now it wasn't on you, and you never lost sight of the monastery or anything. But what the guards are telling you from last night is that, like, the storm would become very calm, and then the monastery would be gone, and they would be standing on this open plain of sand. At night still, there was moonlight and everything. And there was a distant pyramid. And then when you were sitting on top, you kept catching like where the mountain was, sort of the mountain shape took the shape of a more structured pyramid and out on a plain of sand. And you would get glimpses of that with the lightning strikes and then nothing.
And then I'm sorry, you said the pyramid when I saw it, it was as big as the mountain?
It felt like that to you. Yes, like it just
Okay.
replaced the mountain. They're not saying that though. They're saying like they stood on like a desert plain and they could see it in the distance.
Okay.
Also, yours, when you saw it, the storm was still rolling and blowing. They're like it went complete calm for a moment.
And that's when they saw it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would explain the differences that Smudge saw before the storm got in.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Did anything happen in the catacombs?
Zastrin can tell you that
I was there.
he. Oh yeah, that's right. You were patrolling the catacombs. No,
Yeah.
nothing. No. Inside, anyone inside the monastery, it seemed to not have any effect on. Like people that were in their rooms, um, other than having to like sort of close the shutters and draw the drapes a few times from the wind gusts blowing them open. It was a relatively uneventful night. You can see that the sands like have piled up on the sides of the building that face the storm to the north. So the northern faces of the temple have like massive piles of sand that have been blown. There's a number of it's obviously uprooted cactus. There's a number of cactus lying on their sides and that have been blown in from the Pesh fields, and there's no doubt that a massive wind and lightning storm came through last night. But the guards are describing something else. And it obviously has affected them. They are a little shaken. They are a little uneasy this morning as the night shift sort of heads off to rest.
What direction did they say they saw the pyramid? Was north, south, east, or west?
To the north.
To the north. And if I look north right now, all I see is that mountain. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah. The big oh shoot.
does that mountain have a name?
Yeah, it does. I think we've used it already. I just gotta double check. Hold on. I mean the mountains generally are called I believe the Brazen Peaks. And that mountain that rises sort of, remember we described it as sort of like rising like a tombstone on the
Mhm.
horizon. Of course I'm not finding my maps and notes here when I need them. That mountain does have a name and I will get that for you.
Okay.
But
I'm just saying.
for the time being, I'm not sure that it's relevant. Um
I think it's the Brazen Peaks. It's in one.
yeah, it is the Brazen Peaks, but that specific mountain has a name.
Oh, okay.
So but it is you are sort of in the foothills of the Brazen Peaks, and the Brazen Peaks act as a northern barrier for Katapesh. I don't think we've used this name. I believe it's Mount Osiki.
Doesn't sound familiar.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that is it actually. Now that I look at it here, that is the tallest peak though in the Brazen Peaks, but that's not the one that we've referred to. So yeah, there's just things are a little strange this morning when you wake up and people are telling stories that just
Okay. What I'm going to do is per normal. I'm going to tell Ferris to hang back, watch over the people, keep an eye on everything, and report to me when I get back.
Okay. Sorry, Pale Mountain. It's called Pale Mountain.
Okay.
Actually, this morning when everybody's sort of eating and getting ready to do whatever they're going to do today, Kaplan, you're approached by Alma, and she says, "Bree, something's going crazy with your mic."
Oh, sorry.
She goes, "Kaplan, you're I was wondering if you have any way to divine things that are to come. Do you have any powers of divination? I'm really missing my card reader, and I could use a reading."
I would need to prepare for a day in advance to do that for you. What is it that you need, my child? What is that you need, my child? Wrong voice.
No, I kind of liked softer Keplin. That was fine.
No, he's not soft. He's a hard man. Hates the world.
Alma says,
It's-
well, that we talked about what lies beneath the church in Kelmarine that we have to deal with. Do we remember that talk where she was like, the Packmasters locked something beneath?
Yep. I remember what you're talking about. And you need some DV.
And
I can
and
do
then
that.
and then the storm that came in last night has really bothered people, and I've never heard anything like that. And I wonder if the two are connected somehow.
I could do what you asked. I would just need 24 hours to prepare.
Well,
I think I have an ability of doing that.
I would appreciate that. Hey, Vancouver by night. So yeah, she seems. What happened last night, and sort of you already know that she's sort of a superstitious person, and has a whole lot of belief and trust in divination magics and divination readings and things like that. She's in a world of magic, if there is such a thing as an occult, she is sort of she believes in those types of things, and that's strange because people in Katapesh aren't like that. But Alma is a northerner. She comes from lands to the north, and is a little different than sort of the average Katapesh citizen. And you can tell that she's really bothered and upset and looking for she's reaching out to you in the hopes that you have some sort of divination magic that could sort of just calm her mind or put her mind at ease a little bit.
Well, I will tell you this, my child. Have no fear. Trust in us and trust in those around you. If you do that, all will be well. Because the quickest way to stomp out evil is to be a good man, or to be a good person. And with that, he just stops off.
Okay, she just watches you go. Dashkey is outside. Can we say who would like to be outside with Dashkey?
I've been keeping an eye on Dashkey.
Okay.
I stayed in the catacombs overnight just to make sure he didn't try to sneak out or whatever.
He seems anxious and he's watching the horizon.
I'm up with my coffee. Well, what?
Are we going to meet them today?
I don't know. We ain't talked to everybody else yet.
Well, my brothers would like to assist in the retaking, or at least the defeat, of the gnolls that are currently in Kelmarine. I know no one here likes me, that's clear. Nor do you trust me.
I mean, we don't like
But
you because you smell.
Well, your halfling smells just as bad as me, quite frankly.
Yeah, but he was a slave and probably was not educated on how to bathe. What is your excuse?
I lived with gnolls through my childhood.
But you know what soap is.
He doesn't?
If I said soap to Bingo, he would probably go and pick a plant or something.
As you're talking back and forth, Garavel comes out, and as Garavel comes out, he's maybe asked Bingo and Gelhank to come along with him. As he comes out, the winds are still pretty strong out this morning, and the wind sort of grabs his hood that he keeps the sun off with and blows it away just for a moment. But as he's pulling it back on, Gelhank and Bingo and Shazzy notice that he has a metal bolt just beneath his ear, sort of towards the back of his skull. And can I have the three of you each make a history check because there's some significance to the bolt.
All right. 16.
That's the highest you're gonna get.
Bingo and Gelhank.
Looks like a Frankenstein to me.
That's right. You're like,
You're welcome.
whatever. Shazzy, you recognize the bolt as like a Packmaster bolt. So the Packmaster install these bolts to make certain servants more
Compliant.
yes, more loyal. There is some magic involved.
All right.
But it would also maybe it sort of explains some things about how Garavel is very like to the point, doesn't laugh. I mean, Kepler might have one too, but Garavel, it's really obvious that his lack of personality probably comes from the fact that he has
Now he's just got a stick up his ass.
one of these bolts. So he comes out and he says, the three of you are the more militant of your group.
Do you mean that in a kind way?
Well, if we intend to siege, and he points towards where Kellamaraine is, the town, what sort of numbers are we going to require?
A lot.
Then double it, probably.
Just to be on the safe side.
Well, how many gnolls did you see?
It's not the gnolls.
Problem. Yeah.
The gnolls are not the issue.
All right, then what is their leader then?
Yeah. And the thing under the temple, the one to Saren Ray.
Did we get the name of the guy? I can't remember from that episode.
I think we did, because I think the goblin maybe Cardswan, Kardswann, Cardswan. He's sort of like in charge of that of the Culdus gnolls.
Cardswan? Yeah. He's gonna be the major issue.
I don't think any amount of rules are going to help us with that.
No, we're gonna need magic.
Oh, what sort of magic?
If you have anything like, I don't know, power word death, that would probably be a good start.
I'm afraid I'm not much of a wizard.
Fireball,
Well,
insect plague, flat.
what of your little gnomish druid? Does he not possess such power?
Do you see him here?
I assume that the town would need to be taken with militant force.
Yeah, militant is all great and good, but when you run into something that can blow your head up, a little bit of a different equation.
Says we can commit the 6 mercenaries that we brought with us.
Oh yeah, that'll turn the tide of this war.
But the pack guard needs to remain with Alma.
You know, I would just like to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question?
I suppose.
The
nothing personal, I hope.
I mean, it's a little personal. We can step away if you want to talk about it quietly.
This is a business relationship. You do understand that.
I'm not propositioning you. You're not my type.
I wasn't implying that at all.
It kind of seemed like you were, and I'm flattered and everything, but you see, I'm again not my type.
He looked awkwardly at Bingo and Gelhank as
Yes, they will save him.
as Shazzy's like, you're not my type. He motions for you to ask the question.
The hardware behind your ear.
Yes.
Who does that belong to?
The Packmasters, of course.
Which one in particular, or just all of them?
Well, no one really knows how many of them there are.
Indeed. Would you like me to remove that for you?
I would prefer not.
Are you just saying that because of the bolt in your head?
I believe that it would inflict certain harm upon me. Its placement is specific.
I could probably pull it out and it would just be out in a jiff.
She's
looks at
very
you.
strong.
Really. I'd rather not.
You just have this really humdrum personality that I feel could really use some enlightenment.
The Packmasters have taken very good care of me and my family. My loyalty is a badge of honor.
Yeah, literally sticking out of your head.
I agree that it may be shocking or strange to you, but I promise you this is not forced upon me.
From my history check, would that be accurate? That it was forced upon him? Or not?
Well,
forced?
it makes him more loyal. It also means you could not charm Garavel to go against the Packmasters.
Right.
You could not mentally sway him. It protects him from things like that.
Gotcha.
So it's not all bad. Also, if he agreed to have that placed in, it's entirely possible that when he says like the Packmasters, take care of my family and that, you get a sense that maybe Garavel was not always like a major domo to a princess like Alma. He could have been an urchin for all you know, and for agreeing to take on the Packmaster's orders and having the bolt installed, his family could be very well taken care of in Katapesh. And Katapesh is the type of city where you're either well off or you're in the slums. So you don't get a sense. I understand it's difficult to read someone when they're of course being somewhat controlled by the bolt as well, but you don't get a sense that he is unhappy with his standing. Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite.
All right. Suppose that's all right. Wanted to make sure. And then I kind of look at Gelhank and Bingo. Lift some hair. Just checking.
See if they have one. As you do that, Felipede comes out, and he's walking sort of bow-legged. He's not really wanting his legs to rub together. He's not wanting his ass cheeks to rub together, and he looks, you can tell that there's been all sort of extra bandage and padding down there. His pants are a little, and he's like, "So, Alma informs me you're going back to that hellhole."
Yeah, what's it to you, prickly ass?
"I have a friend still captive there."
And?
"Well, now that I've had time to reconsider my actions, I behaved a bit like a coward.
You don't say.
I think I owe him the I owe him the, well, I just owe him."
Did the thorn stick in your brain too?
"No, and it's quite sore. You
Your
should have
brains, not
seen.
your balls.
You should. Well, some would say not far. And there were some that were quite deep." And he looked around quickly for Anise, and he's like, "And some were not so gentle removing."
I know. I was there.
"Oh, I didn't see you. I was
Yeah, I was kind of
in a rather precarious position."
I kind of saw the whole operation.
Oh, Jesus. Either way, if you need more manpower to take back that town, I'm...
Well, you can't even walk.
Give me a day. 24 hours. By then, I'll be scabbed over and ready to fight.
If you stop bleeding in your drawers, I do not want to hear it.
After the view you got, maybe you do.
Nope. Not my thing. Not your thing, I imagine, actually.
Garavel is like, if we could pause with the graphic nature of such discussion. Manpower. How many troops do you need to take that?
459.
He looks over. He does not see the bluff at all. Simply just looks at Dashkey and is like, couldn't your brethren supply such numbers?
Oh, this poor summer child.
And Dashkey's like, no, and they don't need that many.
You did not see what we saw.
How strong can one man be?
Well, Bingo,
That's all.
how strong was he?
Well, this definitely the strongest opponent I've ever faced.
Really? This is Dashkey. I'm speaking as Dashkey.
Yes,
Really?
I fought a Minotaur.
And I fought a Minotaur. Do you want to give me a bluff check on that? Or do you want to say in your past you have fought a Minotaur?
Yeah, actually, Gelhank
That's all real.
That's legit.
Gelhank saved me from a Minotaur. That's
Gelhank saved you from the Minotaur?
Yep.
Well, he says, then what is the what is the plan then?
like 50
Uh,
knolls and level 4.
Says says Garavel. Garavel's like, if we cannot, if we can't take the town with the manpower we have, what's
Well,
our
we can
option?
clear out the knolls, but I don't think we can clear out Carts one.
Not at all.
Garavel's like, I will let Princess Alma know such.
All right, bye-bye then.
He nods to each of you and then goes back into the monastery. And
And trips over Smudge, who was trying to sneak up on people but failed because my stealth was really bad.
Because skunks don't have stealth.
No, she was just afraid of being left behind, so she was trying to sneak out.
Okay, so I'm going to say that the party all sort of gathers out there now. Anise as well. And we have Feliped there and Dashkey as far as NPCs go.
Well, how many of your gnolls do you think will be glad for this?
2 dozen.
Doesn't?
He nods.
Thank you, Smith.
I remember from last time.
Oh, I don't even remember.
When we talked, we talked about it at the very tail end of the episode last time.
Okay,
That's the only reason I remember.
Dashkey nods. He's like, maybe a dozen, maybe 2.
Well,
it's a start, but I don't know if it's enough.
So if it's that plus the 6 that we can get from here, plus us,
make some kind of gnoll shield.
Just have Gilhank carry like a giant cot with a bunch of gnolls on it. Sounds about right.
Felipede says that if perhaps if you could perhaps weaken the number of his pack, I mean, if it's just him, he has no reason to stay. I do know, he says, I do know from being held within the battle market that like other creatures have begun to arrive. Goblins, bugbears. They even have an ogre in there somewhere.
Oh, that's reassuring. Thank you so much.
Of course.
What do you know about the thing underneath the church?
The thing underneath the church.
And how long were you there for?
He says,
Long enough to get his balls eaten.
I have my balls intact.
This is Philippid, not
Oh,
not
okay.
Dashki.
Yes. But Dashki suddenly feels really awkward. Philippid says that him and his party serve the Lions of Seren Ray, and they had been captured about a week ago.
What are the lines of? Do I know what those are?
It's just the name of his group. That's what they
Oh,
call
okay.
the Lions of Seren Ray.
Man, we need to get ourselves a real good name too. What you guys think?
Sure. I'll work on it.
I'm thinking like Soap Haters Anonymous. And go
Holy
by
bingo.
Shaw.
Holy bingo.
Maybe with a
And it
show
is
of force, we might be able to convert some of the followers to our side.
Plush would put forward the name the Clusterfucks.
You know, 2 on point. 2 on point.
Maybe two on the nose. The Sandbaggers. I like that.
Sandbaggers.
And was it only you two that are still left from your party?
There were 4 of us. One died in our confrontation with the Knolls. Another one was killed while we were in the battle market, and it was just myself and my friend left. And we'll get the friend's name here in a moment. And he says, and then I managed to escape, and I don't know his fate, unfortunately. But if you're going back there, I feel I have to go back. Believe me, if I could find another way, I would. But
Well, the first thing to do would be to talk to the Knolls, the 3 jaws. Talk to them, and then I don't know, regroup back here so we can get the others. I don't know. I'm not good at battle strategy. I can insult people like nobody's business, but
Seems a bit redundant. Why don't we just take the bodyguards with us and go?
Andrus, his friend is named Andrus. A skilled warrior, he tells you.
Obviously not skilled enough.
Well, let's start. Well, why don't we head to the Knoll camp and see what we can find out?
maybe they'll have some sort of suggestion
What kind
too.
of numbers we can get.
So, okay, so the funny cactuses out here, they make you high as balls, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a way that we can maybe get some for Zastra and use it as a weapon?
We make them into like smoke bombs.
Something, anything that like maybe would give us a little bit of an edge. Put them in like on blow darts or something.
This sounds like a party to me.
I think your idea of a party and my idea of a party are a little different, but that's okay.
Don't judge me.
There's no judgment.
I think they're definitely different. Okay, well, do you want to head for the 3 jaws? The 3 jaw
Yeah,
tribe?
might as well.
Yep.
Is, are these 6 guards willing to come with?
Do you want to check on that?
Well, I feel if we're going there and then we might just head back to the town, we might as well just have them with us.
Okay. Some of the mercenaries just pulled a night shift, so they might be dragging their ass, but
We got camels, they can sleep.
are you going to take camels?
May as well.
Okay.
Mainly to make Philip head really uncomfortable.
Yeah, here, ride a camel. Ride a camel. Okay, so the party sort of gathers up then. So the 6 mercenaries, the 6 of you, we have Dashki and Philiped. Anyone else we're taking?
Pretty good convoy.
Okay. All right. So Dashki tells you if you would like, he knows sort of a long way around It'll take a little longer, but Kelmarine will not know that you're Kelmarine won't be able to see your approach to the north. He says that his brethren are encamped on the far side of Kelmarine. There's an old fort that they're held up in.
It's probably for the best.
Um,
They don't know what we're doing.
Do I get
Definitely.
any sort of feeling that he's like trying to persuade us to do that, and or does he seem on the level?
Give me an insight.
Or I'm wondering if he's trying to put us in some kind of trap or something. I don't trust this fucking guy at all. 12.
12. You don't trust this guy, so you feel like you're I mean, no, you don't trust him. I'll leave it at that. You don't trust him.
Sure.
17. So Smudge, you have a similar feeling. You're sort of like, well, can we really trust this guy? At the same time, you're kind of at a point in the road where it's like, and when he talks, like he's always
have
sort
much
of a
choice.
little sketchy. But you might, at this point in the road, maybe you don't have a choice. I mean, as a DM, I would tell you always have a choice here. But Smudge feels like maybe this is the way to go.
Okay, well, I'll trust Smudge's judgment.
That's a horrible idea.
Well, we're doing okay so far, except for almost dying a few times.
Little
Yeah,
death between friends.
a lot of that was
He smoked you.
incidental.
Really did.
Incidental. Okay, so and how many camels are we taking?
Well, 2 people. I'm assuming they're 2 humped, so 1 hump each.
Don't know what to say to that.
You're welcome.
Generally
But-
speaking, 2 people can fit on a camel.
What's that?
Generally speaking, 2 people can fit on a camel.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, depending on how the saddle
I guess
is, right?
maybe not so much like with Gelhank, because I think Gelhank's a little taller and stuff, but she might need her own camel, but everybody else I'm pretty sure is like normal sized, and Smudge is only 4 feet tall.
This is true.
And I'm tiny. I think I'm like, how tall am I? I forget. I think I'm
Oh.
like,
Jeremy,
yeah, I'm
these
tiny. I think I'm
mercenaries,
2 something.
are they like the just regular mercenaries or the guys in the red armor?
The regular mercenaries,
Okay.
the guys in the red armor, you're told will not leave Alma. Like they're her.
Okay.
They're her
Personal
guard.
guards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 3'5", so I can pretty much.
Let's
I'm
just
like a
grab
small child.
like 7 or 8 camels, and then we got an extra camel for when one inevitably dies or
Yeah.
whatnot.
Or gets
Sounds
eaten
about
by
right.
gnolls when we get there.
Yeah.
All right,
Maybe we can
Dashki.
murder a camel. Who knows?
Just letting you know, if you lead us into a trap, I will kill you.
So Dashki leads you off rather than straight north into the valley where Kelmarine is. Dashki sort of takes you to the east and sort of a long way around until you cross the river, which is not difficult. There's lots, like it's not deep. So your camels wade across. Maybe you take a moment here to refill your water skins and let the camels have a drink. And then you start moving towards the set of mountains that sort of runs down the eastern side of Kelmarine, and you notice that he's leading you towards a canyon.
And we haven't been to this canyon before, right?
You haven't been on this side of the valley before.
Okay. Where are we heading, Dashki? Right through the canyon?
Yes. Don't worry, it's wide enough for a few camels. It's not that
Worried about
encroaching.
the camels and worried about somebody rolling rocks down on us or something.
Well, if we ride the ridge, they can see us from Kelmarine. I mean, the ridge is an option if you'd like me to lead the camels that way. And he points, and you can see that there is sort of a bit of land that sort of camels could make their way up, and you would be sort of on top of the ridge of the canyon.
But they'd see us.
Well, you would be silhouetted in the sun and things like that. Like, yeah, you think you could, because Kelmarine's on a hill in the center of the valley, right? So, yeah.
We don't need them to see our numbers.
No.
So we should walk single file.
Yeah, there you go.
Single file to hide our numbers.
Yeah, the canyon's fine. Let's just keep moving.
Yeah, I'll tell Anise to watch our camel, and I'll go airborne.
Okay.
And I'm not going above the line of the canyon, but I'm still going to be in a position to see ahead, to see on top of the ridge.
Okay. Are you going how far ahead of the party?
Not far ahead, like 20 feet ahead, but above.
Oh, so you're not really ahead of the like you're just above the party.
Yeah. But I would have a better line of sight to what's ahead of us.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a perception check. But I'd still ask you to do that with disadvantage because the canyon twists and turns. And...
Oops. Press the button.
Can I inspire Shazzy before she flies off?
Absolutely.
The
Do you want to
D4.
roll? Do you want, yeah, D6.
All right. 12.
Okay, well, 12 is not bad. You start to notice some ruins. Like there were maybe once watchtowers that overlooked the canyon. Ahead.
Make out their construction and all with my archaeological background.
Well, they're ancient. They're like these huge
Oh, okay,
blocked sandstones. They're not recently made. They've been there probably a long time, but whoever built them sort of built them into the ridges of the canyon so that they would overlook the canyon. However, if they were towers, they're now just sort of crumbled ruins. But you can tell that they're man-made and not part of the canyon itself.
Right. Okay. That's something I should be alarmed about. Or is it just flavor?
I don't know. You noticed them.
Alright, I'll go back down to Dashki.
You can certainly fly in to have a better look, but
I'm gonna check with Dashki first. See
okay.
if he's got anything to say about him. Dashki. There are some crumbled towers ahead. Is that something we need to be concerned about?
He says, not to worry that there used to be some fortifications here. This canyon will Y up ahead, and one of the trails will lead north. One side of the canyon will lead north towards Assyrian, and this used to be a trade route, remember? And Assyrian caravans would use the canyon as shelter. And I think that's who built the fortifications, but I'm not sure.
Alright.
He's like, you worry too much.
Is there some sort of signal for your brethren that you have so they know it's you, so they don't attack us when we get up there?
When we spoke and you interrupted us, I told them I'd return shortly, so that they'll be on the lookout for me.
They'll
Alright.
probably limp it in.
What's that?
You probably see his limp.
Yeah. Well, he's on a camel
Fair.
right now.
Fair.
I say to Shazzy in Primordial, I don't trust this.
Yeah, me neither. But all we got right now. Or we can just go home.
You're not gonna go home.
No, I'm not. I mean, I will, technically, but
So you push on down the canyon a little bit more, and you start to get closer to these towers. And one of the towers actually looks like it had some kind of, like, you see the waist down of a statue on either side of the canyon, and it looks like they would have been, they're, think Egyptian statues, sort of feet together, standing straight tall. The top halves of the body are either broken and lying in amongst the canyon walls somewhere, maybe, or they've worn away with time, and they would have been looking down into the canyon. Keplin, you feel a little uneasy as you start to notice movement along the left side of the canyon wall. There is a large gathering of baboons living in amongst the ruins of this tower.
Okay, Kaplan kind of makes sure he gets as close as possible to Kaplan, to Gwendolyn, and he goes like, "Yeah, there's some evil monkeys that way. We best stay clear." And I'm like right as close as I can get to her without like looking like I'm right beside her, but I'm getting right beside her.
Okay, and they're all sitting, like, there's a whole troop of them sitting on broken pillars and rocks, and
How far away is the closest one?
a good 120 feet, and they're high, right? That's the other thing, they have the high ground on you.
There's a high ground.
Everything has the high
1
ground.
second.
Yeah, the
So they're
canyon.
120 feet,
Yeah,
and it's still sunny out, right?
yes, it is.
And they're beneath the cavern, so that nothing would be seen from
Some of them are.
the
Some of them are up on the ruins, right on the ridge of the
ones that are
canyon.
below the ridge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast firebolt at the closest one just to scare them all away.
Okay,
You bastards!
roll to hit. Roll to hit.
I don't think that's necessary.
Don't you tell me what's necessary. And I'm casting.
Okay.
And he's saying it like he's trying to be tough, but in the most panicky voice possible. Oh, I cast 6. It went wild.
Okay, so as you do that, they sort of scatter up into sort of the ruins of the of whatever that tower was there, and a lot of noise, like the whole troop is like screaming and yelling down the cliff face, and you've actually, what you had hoped would have them running seems to have actually, like, stirred them up a little bit.
No.
I cast another one. Scare away the next closest guy.
You're just
Okay, you
pissing them
cast
off.
Taking them on.
you cast
Awesome.
another one, and again they
Well, that one hit somebody. Someone
you
took a
get?
hit. I rolled a 20. Someone
Oh,
took
you're
a
rolling
hit.
that 20. So you just
Yeah.
vaporize, like you shoot one and it just totally, like, just in a puff of smoke, vaporizes the one, and most of them they just climb up the remainder of the whatever they have left to get to the ridge of the canyon, and you see them all disappearing over the edge of the canyon.
Well, so much for being hidden.
And that's how you handle it.
I'm sure no
Damn
one heard
monkey.
that.
They're just
They
a bunch of
weren't
crazy
doing
monkeys.
anything to you.
I'm sorry. Were you the one that got dragged into a room, half killed, and had smeared in monkey
No,
glue?
I'm the
Then
one
you
that
shit.
fixed your ass afterwards.
Who's leading the procession?
Dashki.
Dashki? Okay. His
Yeah.
camel starts to act up.
Oh.
Dashki.
He's like, I don't. The baboons must have worked it up, and he's like there, and he starts trying to calm it down, but he's not particularly good at animal handling.
Keplin,
Keplin.
aren't
that feels naive to me.
Kepler, aren't you good with animals?
Everything except for monkeys, apparently, or
Well-
baboons. I'll go up to the animal and I will cast. I'll see if I can calm it down.
Okay. Okay. Give me an animal handling check, please.
Absolutely. Let me just get on my spells.
Don't get kicked in the face.
No, I'm pretty good with animals.
Careful, they spit.
So I got
That's a llama.
I got 16,
Camels also spit.
Camels
and they
spit.
bite, and they bite really badly.
That doesn't
So I go-
surprise me.
I
If
calm
they're
it.
I think if they're male and horny, they can actually bring one of their stomachs up and like let it hang out of their mouth.
Yeah. No, actually, they do that to
What?
cool themselves off.
Is that how they do it? Okay. I thought it was a mating thing. Anyway.
No.
So what did you roll for your animal handling?
16.
Okay, you start to get his settled, and now yours is sort of acting up.
No,
Looking
I can't-
around at the ridge.
and I can't talk to
Okay,
it. So.
okay. So Smudge, you look at the ridge, and a few stones have something's moving up there. A few stones have fallen off the ridge.
Heads
see
up,
them-
we got
You see
company.
them fall down the canyon and things like that.
Are you still flying, Chelsea?
Yeah. I will go
You-
and investigate.
Investigate.
Yep.
Okay, so as you fly up, Shazzy, and sort of you just sort of crest the top of the ridge line, you can see that the fortifications are a little more intricate on the far side. There's actually trenches and things like that, and there's an opening into some sort of subterranean area beneath the ruin, and baboons are pouring out along the ridge.
Oh,
I'm not
hell.
talking. I'm not talking like
fun.
not talking like a dozen. There's maybe this is a massive baboon troop. There could be 100 here.
I'm guessing they look a little angry.
Well, they actually like they're making noises that they're riled up, right? They're starting to make noise, and everyone down the canyon can kind of hear it too. And that's when you maybe see it. You see like at first it's just one big hand that comes out of the underground area, and a baboon the size of a hill giant pushes its way out, and then
Oh, hell.
all the little baboons are like,
Everybody might want to arm themselves and get a wiggle on.
I don't know how I feel about hitting a monkey. This is weird.
The only good monkey is a dead monkey.
with that, Shazzy comes out and goes, "We all might want to get a move on," and just sort of all at once, this like army of baboons appears on the ridge, like, and they're silhouetted, right? You're down in the dark. You're down the dark canyon. You look up on the bright ridge, and there's just like all these little shapes of baboons, little baboons on top of mommy baboons, like shaking their fists, and then this like, I kid you not, like a King Kong sized baboon pushes its way up to the ridge, and you see it grab part of the foundation of one of the towers, and like pulls up this massive stone with two hands and hurls it down into the canyon. And I'm just gonna make make a check here.
God
Bingo,
damn it,
rip off
Kevlin.
some of your
Way to go,
underpants.
Kevlin.
Make a white flag. White flag.
Yeah, like one of the mercenaries like looks up too late, and this rock comes down on him and his camel, and
Oh.
there is a horrible cry from the camel and the rider all at once, and then you look and there is just broken legs and arms and body everywhere as the rock just sort of rolls over him and the camel, and then like the baboons
Go.
in one unified screech begin, like Lion King and the wildebeest. This whole force of baboons just begins to pour down the side of the cliff towards the
Run.
group.
Time to go.
Time to
Run.
go.
Camels aren't too fast.
Camels are pretty
Well,
good, aren't they?
They're about
Neither
to
are
be.
you.
If you've watched The Mummy, you have to say tee 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 tee. That makes them go
Tat-tat-tat-tat.
faster.
Okay.
Actually, a camel has a run speed of 50. So
Yeah.
guess what, halfling? Twice your speed. Twice your speed.
Like Campbell's, get me out of here. Let's go, Campbell. Yeah.
So everybody yells mush to their camels, and you begin to run. I would like, so we're going to do a chase scene here. I would like everyone to make with the exception of Shazzy, because she's flying. Can I have everyone on their camel give me an animal handling check? Anything below 10 will mean that the baboons have caught up to you.
Nailed it.
I got 13.
Animal handling. Okay.
Oh, Anise.
And I'm doing my best Yosemite Sam imitation. Campbell, go, Campbell, go. Camels is so stupid.
Okay, so everybody begins to ride. And the camels, you're building up their speed, right? As these monkeys just pour down, and they have a climb speed, so they're not even hindered by the fact that they're coming down a slope. So Anise and Gelhank, the two of you, you get a couple riders, two baboons on each of your camels,
Okay.
climb up, and what would you like to do?
Gelhank has the right idea.
Gelhank made a punching
Yeah.
motion.
Baboons, get-
Okay, roll. Let's roll to punch them, Gelhank.
I'm
That's
gonna
the
try to
actual
shoot
symbol
one.
for hold my beer.
So let's roll. Do you have unarmed attack on your character sheet? If not, just roll your great axe. We'll do the math.
Yeah, no unarmed
No,
attack.
that's okay. You're gonna be proficient, and you're gonna have your strength, so that's fine. And Anise, what are you gonna do as two climb aboard your camel?
So does my camel count as an ally that's within 5 feet?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just gonna stab.
Okay. So you're gonna start stabbing monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
Gelhank, you the monkey comes up and he's about to bite you, and just sort of in slow motion, your fist, right across. It's like, and the monkey just goes full. The baboon is just soaring off the side of your camel. Go ahead and roll for me, Anise. As you stab at these little riders.
I'm also gonna take my bow out and shoot from the air ahead of them.
Can I do a real bumpy crossbow shot?
Sure. Give me a second though. Hold on a sec. So Anise, you stab one. Yeah, and it just sort of stops moving. You stab another one, the same, both of them. You shish kebab two baboons, and off they go. However, there is a baboon on Gelhank still, and it jumps onto her back and tries to bite her. A 16?
Get rabies.
Yeah, that hits.
Can I cast
Yeah, I'm a
Firefire
14.
with it?
Okay, 3 damage. 3 damage, and with that, the big baboon. I'm gonna give you guys your turn in a second. The big baboon, he's like running along the side of the. He hasn't come down into the canyon. He's running atop the ridge. He grabs another rock and he throws it down the canyon, rather than at you. And it. So he throws the rock ahead of your group, and you see it strike some of these ruins on the wall ahead, and they begin to tumble down to block your retreat ahead. So with that, We had some people wanting to take crossbow shots and things like that. Who would like to do what? That has what action? If you're not Gelhank or Anise, what would you like to do?
21 on the one on Gelhank right now.
Okay, that hits. So it bites Gelhank on the shoulder and then takes an arrow in the forehead, and off the back of the camel it goes.
Thank
You
you.
said there was a bunch in front of us now.
No, there's nothing in front of you. You guys are just
Of
like
falling.
there's the two at the back. I'll actually just make a couple rolls here. Hold on 1 second. We'll make a couple rolls to see if the if because you have other riders with you. So let me roll here. D20. I need a whole bunch of D20. So there's 6 mercenaries. Well, there's 5 mercenaries because one got squashed by a rock. So there's 5 mercenaries, and I'll roll them. So 2 mercenaries also have baboons aboard.
I'll firebolt one of them off the mercenaries if I can.
Okay. And I got to roll
13.
Let me roll for Philippede. Philippede is okay, and Gelhank is okay. Not Gelhank. Dashki, pardon me. And you firebolt at 1, and it knocks that baboon. It knocks that baboon off of that guy. So that guy's 1 less. And Shazzy, you cleared Gelhank. And Ryan, what is Bingo doing?
If there's nobody, nobody has a monkey on them.
No. Your mercenaries do, but none of the player characters do.
Sure, I'll just shoot one of the ones on a mercenary.
Well, you know what? We don't have any music going. Let's get some music going here. What's good monkey music?
Well, anything from the monkeys.
I got a
Hey, we're the
lovely
monkey!
bunch of coconuts.
13 to hit a monkey.
13 hits a monkey. Are you firing at the one on the mercenary?
Yeah.
So you can clear a mercenary, or you can kill. You can take the other mercenary down to just 1.
I'll just get it off the one guy.
Okay, so we're clearing the one guy.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. So now, Smudge, what are you doing?
I'm going to. How many monkeys are left? You said 1? Or 2?
There is a mercenary with 2 monkeys on them, and then there is approximately another 98 monkeys.
Okay, well the guy that's got the 2 on him.
And a really big baboon up on the ridge.
The guy that's got the 2 on him, I'm gonna do the only thing that I've got that's like a physical attack, and I'm gonna throw my freaking spear at it.
Nice. Here comes the one.
Why you gotta put that out in the universe, Agni?
That plus 3.
17, nice. So your spear flies back. You can remove that spear because you're probably not getting it back. As it cleans a monkey off his saddle. But he still has one baboon on. Okay. That finishes the round. There is literally a swarm of baboons of disproportionate size. Swarming behind, like almost like a blanket coming down the side of the canyon, and there is a massive baboon sort of keeping pace with you across the top of the canyon and has started to collapse rocks ahead of you. So, sorry.
I was gonna shoot him next.
He's your next target?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'd like to do. I would again ask everyone to make an animal handling check. Now, but before we roll, so this one is to steer around falling rocks that are coming and boulders that are coming down the side. So DC again on this is 10.
Hey.
Oh, no. Oh, wow.
21 for Kaplan.
Just barely made it.
I hold camel.
Gilhank is not having a good time.
I don't like being on camels. I like being on foot.
Okay, so and let me roll for the other people involved here.
Way to go, Kaplan. Jackass.
Yeah, fireball the monkeys.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just tell things as they saw.
He's a monkey magnet. Okay, so I'm gonna
be a
just
skinwalker. Shut up.
so based off of those rolls, I'll describe what happened. So the rocks come tumbling down, and they're like rolling over one another. They're these huge stones from the fortification and everything. And Gelhank, you do your best. You maybe avoid one only to like line the next one up perfectly. It doesn't hit you. It rolls under you, and you hear a sort of a nauseating bone crack from your beast beneath you, and it trips and tumbles, and you like sort of pole vault off it ahead into the sand. Also, the rider that has one on him, he also rolled a natural one. So we're going to say that the monkey swarm pulls that camel down, as well as the mercenary on top, and he dies a horrible death to baboons.
Ripped apart by monkeys.
And there were 4.
Torn asunder by baboons.
Are mercenaries wearing red shirts, by the way?
In this case, I think they are.
I think they're
It's one of the
other
guys
ones.
on night shift. He wasn't quite awake yet. And yeah, down he goes. Felipede he actually made a great animal handling check. The rest of the mercenaries are okay. And what's his name? Dashki is also okay. I think everybody else made their animal handling check this time around, correct?
21.
Yeah, you only needed a 10. Okay. So the rest of you are riding your camels. If you continue on your camels this turn and don't attack, you could dash your camels and probably outpace the monkeys, no problem. The baboons will just fall behind you, so to speak. If you attack or anything, then you're still sort of in monkey range.
I would like to try something that probably won't work.
Okay, we'll just go through the party here. What would Bingo like to do?
I would like to ride my camel up to Gelhank and try to grab her and pull her up onto my camel.
Like Lord of the Rings, Legolas, Gimli. Yes, yes, I love it.
Play a
I
half
love it. Just swing the half orc up and over onto the camel's back. Let's do that. Let's do that. Can I get an athletics check? And we're gonna have you both make it. And if you both succeed this, the DC is gonna be 15. If you both succeed this, then no monkeys will catch you.
Double 13s. Or 113.
Double
Oh, I haven't rolled that one.
Sorry.
113.
Oh, hold
What's
on, I rolled the wrong one. You wanted athletics?
Athletics, please. Yeah.
Surprisingly better.
Okay, you do have to slow down considerably. It's not nearly as fast, but it is certainly as epic as you had hoped for. It's just not as fast as you had hoped for. And Gelhank lands on the hump behind you.
I was kind of picturing that I try to pull her up, and so as she got up onto the camel, I probably flew off the camel, but I didn't roll that bad. So
You rolled okay. You rolled okay. So not enough to do it without slowing down, though. That's the key. That's the key here. How about Shazzy? What are you doing?
Seeing Gelhank and Bingo's epic maneuver, I'm gonna pick off the monkey that's closest to them.
Chris, yeah, go ahead and roll that then. Chris, we are on a break from Dragonlance. We will be back on the 30th with DL3 starting. DL3 starts on the 30th of this month.
Ooh, natural 1.
A natural 1. You do not hit.
I do not.
You do not. How about who? Anybody got something they want to do next, or
Yeah, I'm gonna firebolt the closest one to get them away from them.
okay? The closest one to Kepler?
No, closest one to the guy. I'm up front. I got a 20. I'm gone.
Okay. Okay.
I just want to get the closest one to the group just to kind of
Okay.
break the crowd up.
Good stuff. Roll.
Oh, geez, I rolled a 1 too.
Oh my god, we suck.
Oh,
I've had a lot of 1s. Maybe something horrible should happen.
oh no.
Like the
I-
big monkey falls and breaks their ankle. That sounds like a great idea.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
so. You know what? I'm gonna say that yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay.
We're good when the DM says that.
How about
Never.
Anise? What's Anise doing? Thanks for the cheer, Chris.
I think so. I got a nat 20, so I'm just dodging.
Yeah,
boulders.
you're dodging boulders.
But you said this turn we're able to.
If you dash,
Dash away.
you'll be well ahead of all your friends and out of the range of any sort of danger. But if you attack, you're still sort of in the mix with them. You are still pulling away. The camels are faster than the baboons.
Mhm.
So
Are there any baboons near any of us or the mercenaries?
not the players, but they're like right on the heels of the mercenaries.
Okay, I'll just shoot an arrow at whichever baboon's the closest to a mercenary.
Okay. That is not a hit. The baboon narrowly escapes your arrow. And Gelhank, I'm going to say that your action was to swing up onto the camel. So with that, there's like you guys are starting to make your distance now. The baboon horde is starting to fade in the distance when the massive baboon on the side of the wall leaps into the air. And what it's going to essentially do, it's going to grab Shazzy out of the air and then use Shazzy as a hammer onto Kepler. So we're going to roll for the baboon's attack here.
Kevlin!
You guys
You
both rolled
fucked
ones.
it.
You get the a 19 to grab Shazzy.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, so Shazzy's like flying along. This baboon leaps. This massive baboon could probably jump the entire chasm from one side to the other. Grab Shazzy by the foot. And you feel this massive weight that your wings cannot support all of a sudden. And then you are swung like straight around like someone swinging a sack of potatoes. And he brings you down on Kepler.
Okay.
Would you roll hit Kaplan?
Kepler rolls a 1. Rolls a 1.
3 minutes!
Wait, don't we have a sound for that?
Give him the finger.
Well,
We do.
Shazzy, what I'm gonna say, Shazzy, because he rolled a 1, I'm gonna say as he swings Shazzy over, like he actually loses grip on you
Okay.
and throws you. So I would like you to make an acrobatics check to get your wings out and sort of Top Gun along the edge of the cavern rather than hitting it. Yes, absolutely.
yay!
So you get your wings out. You maybe even get your feet running along the side of the side of the canyon, and you manage to get away somehow. And Kepler, the ape though has landed in front of you. I'll let you decide what you do on your next
We're
turn.
going full tilt right between his legs with the camel.
So it's now a new turn. So animal handling checks are not required at this point unless you're going to do something weird on your mount. Everybody can ride past Kepler and the giant baboon without an issue. Or, and you can dash to get right out of danger. Or you can ride and make an attack. Your choice. In the case of Bingo and Gelhank, Bingo could dash the camel and Gelhank could still make an attack off the top of it.
That's what I was going for.
So let's do that. Let's do that first. So actually, let's do Kepler first. Kepler, You
Double dash
basically
right down his
you
legs.
basically got like a baboon version of King Kong in front of you. So you're gonna steer the camel and try to run it right between his
Right
legs.
Yeah. Hey, let's go,
Okay.
camel.
Don't get hit by the ball sack.
If I could do a fire thing right up in his ball sack, I want to do it.
We'll
I'll
smack
do
you
a
in
double
the
dash
face.
instead.
Okay, Kepler, give me an animal handling check to make sure the camel doesn't bail before riding beneath
Oh
the.
shit!
Yeah,
I got 7.
Balls to the face. Balls to the face.
Yeah, so the camel does not. The camel is like, no way, does not go between his legs, and instead goes around the edge of him, which invokes an attack of opportunity. Let's roll to see if he actually, Keplin, baboons don't like you. So
No.
I'm gonna say he doesn't actually attack the camel. He
He's
just
going for me.
he takes both his hands and like sort of Hulk style smash, just you in the middle, like a mosquito. So we're getting 2 fist attacks here. You're getting fisted, Keplin.
Oh goody!
Oh.
So a 26 and a 15.
Shit, both hit.
Oh,
Dead, man. You're
I
dead.
think I'm dead. Oh yeah, I've only got 15 hit points. I
Well,
was dead on the first one.
Okay, so the first one takes you right to 0, and the second one inflicts 2 death saves on you. Two failed death saves on you.
Yeah.
So there's a thunderous whomp as these massive hands come together, and then the camel just keeps fucking running. and then you see the baboon like shaking something off his hands, and you realize it's Keplin. And he just lands in the sand beneath the ape. So what would we like to do now?
change plans.
Okay.
I have a net, so if you can steer, I can try and pick him up on the way by.
Yes.
Okay, I will do the double dash through the
Full speed.
And she's gonna try and fucking net Keflin.
Okay, and I'm gonna say because you're netting him with your net, it's like you don't even have to get within reach of this massive ape. You can throw the net, but you do have to hit with the net attack. And you get advantage because Keplin is helpless.
Oh, I'm beyond helpless. I'm like dead.
Some Indiana Jones shit. Well,
Look at that!
Damn.
Look at that! 24. That net hits Keplin right on, and he just whoop, and he's being dragged along through the sand behind.
bouncing off.
Yeah, don't run him over any rocks, Bingo. He's almost dead.
I'm dead.
Shazzy, what would you like to do?
As soon as they
As you sort of step across the side of the canyon and come back into flight.
as soon as they are out of range of the ape, I'm zooming down and grabbing Keplin to get him over to Smudge.
So he's netted and pulled away from the ape,
Yep.
and then you're gonna swoop down and pick up the net.
Yep.
Okay. Smudge, what are you doing?
I'm gonna healing word Keplin.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead and do that, and then give me an animal handling check.
Shit. Okay.
You can do that, Andy.
So 5 hit points back there, Keplin.
Yelling at him, "Wake up, you moron!"
Being that
And
that's- can I?
as you concentrate and cast the spell, like you're steering the camel with your knees, Smudge, and if you'd failed there, I was going to have you run the camel right into the ape, but you don't. You ride well around the ape. Shazzy, did you want to do something else?
Yeah, because I didn't take my action, so I'm going to put a Cure Wounds into Keplin as well, as I pick him up, pick the net up, smack him in the head with the Cure Wounds.
Okay, do that. And Anise, what are you doing?
Dashing, getting out of there.
Dashing? Okay.
I'm out.
6 Cure Wounds.
Thank you.
6. Nice. Okay, so the party then rides their camels to safety with just a massive baboon like on all fours in the center of the canyon watching them, and just a horde of baboons like climbing up the sides, and the noise echoing down the canyon is immense. Give us some baboon noise. There we
I
go.
got you. Just angry baboon noises.
And yeah, after maybe 20 minutes, you feel like you can slow down the pace of the camels. Your hearts have like stopped pounding in your chest. What's Kaplan? What's
back
Kaplan
down
feeling?
in the net, so he's still getting dragged.
Okay.
You idiot! Drop.
Kaplan has a camel. The giant baboon did not take out his camel.
Well, he's still in the net.
Kaplan's going. Kaplan's like this. The only good baboon's a dead baboon. When we get through this, I'm gonna become a baboon hunter. That's it.
Kaplan, stop talking. You got 2 people killed just now because of that.
Yeah, you asshole.
Yes, you.
Did we only lose
They weren't
2?
doing anything until you attacked them.
You lost 2 mercenaries.
Okay.
2 mercenaries, and the one got smushed by a rock from the Baboon King, and then the other one got taken down by the Baboon Horde.
They're coming for us anyway. You know they were coming for me.
don't
I
know
got
that.
shot at. Well, we knew it. Oh, we knew it.
Didn't antagonize them at all, yeah.
You're supposed to be one with nature. What the fuck was that?
I like monkeys.
Good for you, but you
Baboon.
didn't have to attack them. You got 2 people killed because of that.
It's gonna happen anyway. It just sits on his camel like as grumpy as all hell.
I
What an
miss you,
asshole.
Mark Kaplan.
It's not long before you reach a Y in the canyon, and standing at the Y is a massive stone statue of a man with the head of a crocodile,
Oh, thank God! I think it's just a massive baboon.
and he's there's a one side turns to one Y turns to the north, and the other one sort of continues to the north, the northwest, and he's pointing to the north.
Do we know who
Dashki
this
said.
statue
Dashki
is?
says, you can certainly make a check for that.
You want like history or religion or something, or which one would you
Religion,
like?
religion, please.
Oh, I'm so good at that. Nope.
Hmm.
No idea. I'm a little shaken up from the monkeys.
Okay, so yeah, you're like, I do not know who that is. Did anybody else want to make a religion check?
I'll try.
Oh, nice.
15.
You recognize it as being the Osirian god Sobek,
Oh, it's Sobek, the Syrian god.
and he is worshipped for. He sort of has 2 branches of religion that follows him. The first being that he's sort of a god of strength, war, and water. But there's also another side of his worship that's sort of more chaos and, lizard and crocodilian type creatures that follow him.
We gotta explain all that to the group.
All right. Well, Dashki, where are we going from here?
He guides you down the side of the canyon that Sobek is not pointing down. Assuming everyone follows.
Yep.
Okay. So, it's not long before this canyon dumps you out on the other side of the valley, and you can see the river that runs past Kelmarine ahead. And sort of the cactus again growing everywhere, and it all seems familiar again. And Dashki, even though some people maybe thought he was being a bit sketchy, this canyon obviously did lead you to where he anticipated. So he points to a ridge, though. There's sort of a large escarpment across this end of the valley, and he says that there's an abandoned fort, and he points to sort of a break in the escarpment. He says there'll be a place that we can go up there, and the fort is at the top of that break.
All
So we-
right. Sorry.
Okay. So as you make your way down out of the mountains and the canyon there, you arrive. You pass. You can see a massive waterfall, and it's gorgeous. It falls like a good 80 feet, and just pours down. And this is the river that then makes its way past Kelmaraine. And Keplin, you feel like you hear singing coming from the waterfall.
Okay. What kind of singing?
It's beautiful. It's also kind of arousing to you.
Oh my.
Arousing?
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah. And maybe as you think like how erotic that music is making you feel, we'll take a break. And we'll come back to see if Keplin gets the group into more trouble.
Boner break.
Boner break.
Oh, hello. Oh. Oh, hi, we're back.
Are we? Hi.
Hi.
Okay. So, Keplin, can I have you make a wisdom save for us?
No, you can't make me.
You're welcome back.
Justice.
You're not the boss of me.
Sure.
And let's see what's happening. And Kaplan got a whopping 12.
Okay. So as you guys are riding your camels down out of the canyon, and you can see this waterfall off to your one side, Keplin just starts riding in that direction.
Do I see this from above?
Oh, totally. Everybody notices that he's kind of like
Kaplan.
meandering away. And Keplin, you just feel like you know, it's not very often in a desert that you find a waterfall, for one. And two, the most beautiful, arousing music is coming from it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the waterfall, get some water.
Do we hear the
And I'm gonna start humming the same song, whatever I'm hearing. I'm just gonna start humming it.
Okay. No, you don't hear it.
All right, Kaplan. Hurry on up before those monkeys catch up with us.
I'll be fine.
Against the monkeys?
As we go to the waterfall.
All right.
Do you guys follow along?
Or we can fill our water skins and stuff too.
Okay. So when you reach the waterfall, you sort of come into view of the waterfall. You can all sort of hear the singing.
The hell is that?
And it is gorgeous. The waterfall looks something like this as it pours down off a cliff and into sort of a large pool of water. But it's really like it's not clear. The water's pretty murky here as as the dirt and sand is all stirred up from the waterfall crashing down. But there definitely looks like there is a lot of erosion in that happening as the waterfall cascades down and then cascades down again. and it's green here, like because of the water, things can actually grow regardless of the desert heat, etc. And all of you see from a distance sort of a woman on a rock on the base of the waterfall in her birthday suit. And as she sees you all coming, you see her sort of dive off into the pool of water. And her skin is sort of a light greeny blue, sort of turquoisey color.
Oh, we can all go for a swim.
Do I know what this is?
Bingo, can I have you make a wisdom save, please?
Saving throws.
So
Nope.
bingo. You have a thing for green-skinned women.
That I do.
And just for a moment, like your mind sort of fades, and even though you would never speak an unkind word about Gelhank, but whatever that woman was that dove in the water, I mean, that's absolutely enchanting for you. You like Gelhank's hot, right? This is a whole nother level of hot that just jumped in the pool of water at the base of the.
I just kind of flutter off my camel.
He's Twitter pated.
Yeah. So Gelhank and Kaplan sort of dismount and walk right to the edge of the pool.
I mean, Bingo.
Sorry, Bingo and Kaplan get off their and sort of just walk right to the edge of the pool. They're with big fucking shit-eating grins on their face.
What's Dashki doing?
now?
I've got some other saves to make. Thank you for reminding me of that, because some of the mercenaries are men as well.
Oh my god, Dashki needs a bath, so we'll let him go.
Yeah, we'll let Dashki.
We'll let him go. Yeah.
Yeah, all of them. So Dashki and three of the mercenaries all moving down towards the water side.
So we noticed they're acting weird, right? It's not
Okay.
like cash. Okay. I'm gonna try to grab Bingo. Hold him back.
Okay. He's a halfling. He's small.
Can I
Pick him up.
poke Keplin with my claws?
Sure.
Try to snap him out of it?
So go ahead and make an athletics check to hold Bingo back.
Make an acrobatics check to slip out of her hands.
Well, actually, sure. Let's oppose her athletics with your acrobatics. Anise got a 9. Oh, you are.
Oh, you escaped.
You are nimble.
Roll out.
And you're gonna poke Kaplan, not to harm him, but sort of to wake him up.
Yeah.
Kaplan, go ahead and make another wisdom save for me.
18.
18. Yeah, you snap out of it. You can still hear the music.
Whoa, what? Oh.
You guys
enough trouble today.
You guys realize that if the woman singing is still heard sort of over this grotto, even though you think she's beneath the water.
And the water, you said the water's murky, right?
Yes. The rest of the men are sort of at the edge, and then like some sort of James Bond scene, this woman rises out of the water, wearing nothing, and all men that are look upon her. And Kaplan, I'm going to say that you don't, because you're looking at Smudge right now because she just poked you. But Bingo and the rest of the crew, you need to give me a Constitution saving throw.
$18.
Okay, so Bingo is just stunned. Oh, I rolled the wrong dice there. There we go. Dashki is stunned. One of the mercenaries is stunned. The other two mercenaries are immediately reduced to 0 hit points.
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot her.
And
Yeah,
and
I'm shooting.
they just fall. Okay, go ahead and shoot her. She's in the water, but yeah, go for it.
Thought she came out of the water.
Yeah, well, she's standing like knee high in the water.
18 to hit.
Jeremy, am I,
Yeah.
I miss.
am I technically charmed by this creature?
You're not any longer. You are stunned.
I'll say if I was charmed, I would probably try to block this arrow.
Oh, okay. You're not close enough to block the arrow, but it doesn't matter. You're stunned right now. Had you failed if you fail your save, you're immediately reduced to 0 hit points, and if you make your save, you're stunned for 1 round.
Okay.
So Anise and Shazzy immediately shoot their bows. Anise misses. Shazzy hits.
Yep. And 7 piercing.
7 piercing. Right in the shoulder. She looks very unhappy about that.
Let him go. Those are mine.
What about Gelhank and Smudge? And right now, Captain Kaplan's not looking at this creature, but if you turn to look, you'll need to either divert. Well, you probably won't know to divert your eyes yet. So
I'm going to turn around and try to fire a firebolt at it. I wouldn't know.
Okay. Go ahead and do that. Make your attack with your firebolt, and then also give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so which one do you want first? The Constitution saving throw or the firebolt?
It doesn't
Probably the
matter.
Constitution saving throw.
They happen simultaneously.
All right. Well, let's do the firebolt since I'm on my spell page first. 22, that hits for 7. And
Nice.
for my Constitution saving throw, I'm at 0 hit points. I got a 9.
Yeah, so you drop right to 0.
Having a rough day, bud.
Yeah, I'm just dying fast here.
Everybody's had no. What's Gelhank doing?
I'm gonna walk up to Bingo with my warhammer.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take the back end and just hit him in the head.
Okay. Bingo, give me a wisdom saving throw. You are stunned, but go ahead and give me the wisdom saving throw.
Hold on. I am a halfling.
You're a halfling. You can reroll ones. 2. How about a 2?
Of course.
Wasn't meant to be, buddy.
The halfling rerolls is what it gets a 2. That's fantastic. Okay, so she dives back into the water.
As
and
my bonus action, could I have cast Hunter's Mark on her?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
When I hit him, do I knock him out or do I just hurt him?
Were you trying to knock him out?
Yeah, I'm trying to conk him out because I'm gonna pick him up and walk him away.
Okay, with his with his horrible wisdom saving throws there, I'm gonna just say you knock him out. Like, clean it.
Throw him over my shoulder, we're walking away.
Okay. So
Like competition.
So she splashes back into the water, and the mercenaries run to their friends to try to wake them up.
Teplin's unconscious again.
Keplin is unconscious again.
Smudge just rolls her eyes and goes, "God damn it, I just fixed him." And then casts healing word on him.
Okay, so we won't have to make death saves there, Captain. Just you're gonna give yourself a little bit of hit points here.
Okay.
Or hit points back.
Yep.
Is any healing given to the 2 mercenaries that are down, or shall I roll death saves for them?
Death saves. I got nothing.
Can we do like a
One last.
medicine check?
Yeah, you can do a medicine check to stabilize them, absolutely.
I'll try.
Okay, give me a medicine.
He's dead.
That failed. You can do one every round if you want. I'll roll to see what... Okay, give me 1 second here. So, Smudge, after you heal on the next round, you're going to do a medicine check on the other one?
Yeah.
Only one person can do a medicine check at a time, so you can assist, but we can't have like 30 people giving medicine checks to one person. So go ahead and make your second medicine check, guys, because those did not work. Actually, not Smudge, just Anise, because Smudge, you arrive around later. So this is Smudge's happens this turn and doesn't work. How about Anise's medicine check? Go ahead and roll that. No. So I'm gonna make their death saves again. Okay. The two of you can make final medicine checks, and then I'm gonna roll their final death saves.
My medicine is shit. 0.
Mine's not very good either, but
Yeah.
Oh, Anise got it.
Oh.
So did Smudge. So the two of you sort of
Yay.
just their breathing is
Smack 'em.
very shallow, but they're alive. And Shazzy, with your hunter's mark, you sense that she like swims. She's under the water.
Yep.
She swims. She's moving away from you guys. She reaches the waterfall, and then she just keeps going.
Pussy!
Anyone is welcome to make an Arcana check at this point.
Natural 20.
Nice.
oh, wrong one. God damn it.
Animal handling. That's nice. How about
Sorry.
Arcana?
Sorry, I'm like using my tablet right now because my computer died. So
That's okay. So Shazzy, you've heard stories of fae sprites and things like that. You think this is a nymph, which has no effect on women. But seeing a nymph in the buck can stop a man's heart.
obviously,
Morons.
And they have siren and charm-like abilities that you're aware of.
Right.
So are the 2 mercenaries up now?
No,
Or
they're
is-
unconscious on the ground.
Ooh, can I search his body?
There it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You go over his body quickly. You find a coin pouch with 12 gold pieces in it.
Mine. That's my tax for saving him.
That's the ambulance fee.
Smudge just watches this happen and like shakes her head.
I keep searching.
The other guy has a pouch with a similar amount of coins in it, 12 gold.
So, do you want this? Smudge? No?
No.
Okay.
take it.
All right.
See?
Jesse?
She offered to share.
Oh, here. I'll give the pouch to Chassis.
Captain, do you want to give me an Arcana check for?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's great.
Whopping 7. Yeah, I have no clue.
I immediately begin
For the-
teasing Keplin regarding his fairy boner and that he had succumbed to the wiles of a naked lady. So, like, how long has it been for you, Keplin? Since you see a naked woman or man or whatever you're into?
Oh, man, I have needs. And he storms off.
Constipated and abstinent. Such a shame.
So,
There are worse ways to go. Could have been worse.
Dashkey is sort of shaking his head, trying to clear the fog. And the one other mercenary who didn't, was just stunned. However, when Bingo comes out of the stun, I mean, he's unconscious at this point. What does Gelhank do with an unconscious Bingo?
Go through his pockets.
I want to look at this, what was it, the sword he picked up? Because he won't let me look at it while he's sleeping or while he's awake, so I want to
That's
look at
right.
it while he's knocked out.
So, are you putting him down on the ground to check out the sword, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just going to dead drop him. Just once I get him to safety,
Okay.
just going to drop him on the ground, then I want to look at this sword while he's down. I know he's safe
I
now.
mean, he wears pretty heavy armor, doesn't he? So, like, when he hits the ground, he's just like thud. And sure enough, there amongst, all this filth is just this gleaming rapier.
Yeah, I just want to take a little look at it, because he's very protective of it for some strange reason.
Mm-hmm. Do you pull it out of the sheath?
Yeah, sure.
Like a fucking toothpick to you.
It is very flimsy, but as you draw it, you can't help but notice, like, the balance on the blade is perfect. It's perfect. And as you draw the sword back, for just a moment, you feel this urge to just like impale him on it.
Nothing new. I've felt this before.
You have. But you feel like this is an exterior compulsion, not like the one that's deep in your heart. This is like something else is like pushing you to maybe do that.
Yes, I didn't feel the same passion to kill. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. As you guys are maybe getting yourselves together, a sudden gust of wind just blows across, comes right over the cliff with the waterfall, and just like stirs up a bit of the sand in the area. And for just a moment, Gelhank is like perfect. Her hair blows in the wind, the sword in her hand, and yeah, she's just like almost glowing for just a moment, and then that goes away. But everybody saw that.
You alright, Gilhank?
That felt strange and powerful, but weird.
You
Yeah,
What
were,
did?
you were
Gelhank,
really
you're not
pretty
really
for a
sure
moment.
you're not really sure that you should give this sword back to Bingo. You could use it way better than him.
It's true, I'm much stronger. Maybe I'll just put it amongst my stuff for now, while he's sleeping. I'm sure
Okay.
he'll look for it at some point, but just for now to keep it safe.
All right.
My precious.
So, Bingo, I'm going to say that you sort of start to stir awake. The last thing you just remember seeing the most gorgeous woman just stark naked in front of you, and then something hit you, and everything went dark. And when you wake up, it's almost like you're maybe missing a finger or something. You just feel like you're not whole. And then you puke.
Well, that was excessive.
To the chest and testicles.
Gilhank, I think you gave him.
Yeah,
a
as you do
concussion.
that, as you do like the testicles wallet watch, you realize that like there is no sword on your hip. The scabbard is there, but your rapier is gone.
I just start looking around for it.
Give me a. Is Gelhank doing anything to hide it or no?
It's in amongst my clothing, so he would have to kind of look at me a little bit to see it.
Give me a perception check then, Bingo, and we're gonna say you need at least a 14 to notice that Gelhank has it, because the last person you would expect to have it is Gelhank. Yeah, no,
Nope.
you look around, you don't see it.
I'm gonna go jump in the water and look for it.
Okay, so Bingo runs down to the water side and
Oh
sort of
my
starts
God.
snooping around in the shallows.
What are you doing, you fool?
And I will add to this, he seems desperate. Like he's really like... It's like when you walk out of a restaurant and then start reaching to all your pockets to find your cell phone, if it's there or not. And it's not there, and you're like, oh my God! Like, he's like really digging in the shallows of the grotto for something.
Maybe the nymph
Bingo.
took his money. I know the nymph took these other two guys' money. Maybe she took his money too.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's looking for sure.
Yep.
Bingo,
He's so
get out of the
violently
water.
digging around in the water, maybe he's getting a little clean. Just a little.
It's
Let him
sort
search
of
for like 30 seconds longer.
Yeah,
it's sort of
gotta weigh
like,
my
no,
options.
wait, stop, don't.
Come back.
I will continue to flop around in the water looking for this until I'm told not to. Or
Bingo.
whatnot.
Bingo, enough.
Yeah.
now. You're clean. You can come out now.
Dashki and like the mercenaries start to climb up on the camels when they notice Bingo.
Yeah, we
Dashki,
should-
did you know about this thing?
Dashki.
What?
Did you know about this thing?
What thing?
The thing in the water, whatever
The
the hell
woman?
that
No,
was.
I didn't know that was here. Do you think I'd have come?
That's true. You are a bit of a pussy.
If you looked a little longer, maybe. If you looked a little longer, but no, he's like, I wouldn't have brought you
You
here.
don't even need Bree to do that. You do it yourself.
I know it was amazing. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh, I know where I'm going with this. He's like, no, I wouldn't have brought you here. Just for a moment, pretend that I'm on your team.
Yeah, we did that. And then the moment passed.
While they're
Sorry,
doing
mister.
that, I'm gonna start rooting around through Anissa's camel, assuming she stole my sword.
Okay.
What are you doing? Bingo, you wanna get killed? You have a death wish?
Oh, I'm missing something.
Why would you
Make sure
not
I'm
have
watching him.
it?
I thought you were
What are
getting me
you
back
looking
to
for?
that bowl.
I told you the nymph took your money.
Gelhank, you sort of like you feel this like this compulsion, like he can't find that. Don't let him find it.
Okay, this is going deep on me. This is going between the boobs, down the body. You're not finding that unless I'm naked. It's hidden.
You're wearing like
You've
a
heard of
leather
sword swallowers.
strap.
Look, you can hold a lot down there. I'm currently holding myself.
I'm not even a
We've
question.
gone over this before.
I'm
We've gone
not
over this
even gonna
before.
question.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna pout and hop up on my camel for the moment and just
Bingo,
keep
what
scanning.
were you looking for?
I'm missing my sword.
Oh, well, Galhang took it.
Oh,
Just throw
Oh.
her through the bus.
Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about. The flying lady's crazy.
I saw you do it.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
I'm gonna scamper over to her and start trying to give her a pat down.
Are
It's
you
not
up on
for-
the camel, Gelhank, or are you just standing?
I'll just be standing.
Okay, so he starts to frisk you.
I'm gonna pick him up like the small bug he is. What do you think you're doing?
I will attempt to not get picked up.
Okay, let's have Gelhank make a athletics against your acrobatics, or athletics if your athletics is higher.
Ah, shit.
Did the mercenaries load the two unconscious guys over the
Yes.
camels? Like,
Yes, they have.
Are they
Yes, they
still
have.
unconscious? Okay.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So yeah, Gelhank, you got a good hold of him, and his feet are off the ground. And for everyone watching, we all know that Gelhank, like, sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
Tolerates?
tolerates. Tolerates Bingo. But this is the first time you've ever seen her, like, in her eyes, she looks angry, like she is capable of hurting him.
This is
I think what's going on?
I'll allow it.
Hello.
I don't like being touched by small men. I was a prisoner for a very long time, and now that I have my freedom, I'd like to keep it free. So if anybody tries to touch me, it will go badly.
What about big men? Or women?
Men, women, people of all genders and colors, don't touch me.
Maybe they just haven't touched you the right way.
I would agree.
You and
I look
me.
over. I'm like, I agree with her.
We can help you with that.
Oh Jesus.
Jesus is right. Break up the pineapple.
This is so
Um,
wrong.
Seeing that look in her eye and seeing that I cannot get away from her, I back down for the moment.
Okay. So does Gelhank put him down?
I'm holding him by the scruff. I'm just going to tighten my grip a little bit so it starts to choke him just a little bit. And I'm going to look at him and say, do you know what? I'm going to hold on to this for a little bit. I'll let you know when I'm done with it. And then I'm going to put him down.
Kind of start to walk away, and I kind of mutter to myself, like, you have to sleep at some time.
Bingo. You know Gelhank's strong. But like when she like tightened up on your like you had no idea she was that strong. Like that really you're not going to show it to everybody else, but there was a moment there where you thought there was also something in her eye that you've never seen before. Like again, you understand that she tolerates you. You always think that, there's something more underlying there. There was nothing. There was no friendliness in her look. Like, maybe a little part of you inside just dies a little bit that someone that you, like, adore and love just treated you that way. Just a little. Like, just a crack. And Gelhank, as you put him down and he walks away, you just feel like this wash of pride come over you. Like the blade is so happy that you were able to exert your strength like that over someone else. And the party continues on now.
Before they do, I'm just gonna say to Denise in Infernal.
Yeah.
I think we need to elite that sword from both of them and maybe not touch it.
I'm very good at stealing things.
I know. I'm just don't put your hands directly on it.
So my mouth? How do I?
No, I'm not telling you to deep throat the goddamn sword.
I'm not sure how you.
The image.
Look,
the image.
We did that once, okay? We did it once.
What if I use my
work.
pill? How do I? Do we just cover it with something and then?
Yes.
Okay. No physical contact.
Yes. Don't
touch.
Yes.
Why? What's wrong with the sword?
No, just a weird vibe.
Okay.
They both are obsessive over it.
We'll deal with it.
Just be careful. Don't touch it.
I won't.
You promise.
I promise.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
And we do tiefling pinky swear.
With our tails!
With our
tails involved?
Yes.
I wondered about that.
Yeah,
okay.
Tiefling pinky swear with the tails.
So the camels cross the water here. Again, maybe grabbing a quick drink, and then the party meanders its way beneath this cliff until finally there's a trail. Not so much a trail, but a cut in the rock that you can see. You could make an ascent to the top of that cliff. It's not steep here like where the waterfall was, and Dashkey leads you up that. You are a good distance from Kelmarine. You feel like you're about the same distance as the monastery, but you're on the other side of Kelmarine now. As you come to the top of the rise, you can see a ruined fort of some type. It reminds you a little bit of the ruins that you saw in the canyon. As you approach, though, you hear a few hyena-like yips and yowls. And it's not long before you start to see gnolls moving about ahead of you in the ruins. One particularly gnarled, beat up looking gnoll begins to approach you. And he's different than the others you've seen. There's something just a little more bestial about him, and you're reminded of the gnoll that was with Card Swain in the battle market that was sitting on the throne beside him. This gnoll bears similar appearance and sort of demeanor. He is noticeably stronger looking than the other gnolls. Definitely some sort of a warband leader. As he approaches, Dashki immediately dismounts and kneels. And
Good for him.
the creature comes over and looks at all of you, and then begins to sniff the top of Dashki's head, and Dashki's camel bolts back down the hill you just climbed up, unnerved by the gnoll that's currently looming over Dashki. He then looks to the rest of you and speaks in Abyssal. Can anyone understand that?
Nope.
Don't think so.
No.
I do
So
not speak Abyssal.
he says a few words to you, and then says, "Come inside. We will discuss your terms."
All right, then.
He then turns and walks back in. When he turns on his back, you can see that sort of attached to his one shoulder, there is a two-headed flail that looks particularly cruel and pointy. He moves back in, and once do you guys follow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your camels are really unnerved here. The smell of the gnolls and hyenas have got them totally spooked and uncomfortable.
Can we make sure to secure them somewhere before we go? Like, is there a place to tie them up?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
probably some boulders or something you can throw a rope around or something and latch them to the rope.
Okay.
Do you want to do that? Leave them outside
Yeah.
the fort?
Yeah, and maybe leave the mercenaries out there with them because they've got those two unconscious guys with them anyways. So.
Okay. Yep, they're more than willing to do that. So the six of you then walk through sort of these broken stone gates into a courtyard where there looks like there was once a well, but it doesn't look like it's used anymore. There are about 24 gnolls here, and just as many probably hyenas. You notice that there are a number of carcasses, like gnolls aren't particularly good housekeepers, and there are a number of bodies lying about, half eaten and gnawed upon. All of them are some form of goblinoid, goblin, hobgoblin, or bugbear. So they bring you back in, and this creature, because you're not sure it's a gnoll anymore, walks you through the courtyard and into the framework of what once might have been the keep here, where there's a number of stones that you guys can sit on, and there is a fire pit, and he takes up a seat at the head of the fire pit. And then gnolls are sort of trailing in from side corridors and breaks in the wall to listen to the meeting. And he motions for you to sit.
All right.
Eat, I guess.
Mhm.
So he then says, he speaks in common, but there is a growl under his voice at all times. And he says that he is Narg, N-A-R-G, Narg of the Three Jaws. And who do you represent exactly, he says.
We represent ourselves.
Wasn't a guy without a goddamn sword.
So then, what is your interest in Kelmarine?
I was born there, so I'm just looking to clear it out so I can try to find my mama.
There's a few hyena-like laughs and snickers from the edges of the chamber. Narg doesn't do that, but a few of the gnolls do that, react that way. He says, she's likely dead.
Yeah, but you see, there's this connection I have with her corpse. Kind of need to find that.
You're a necromancer.
Sure, we'll say that.
Necromancers have a certain flavor. Can't say I'm fond of it.
Mine is more of a cherry cola. I had one of them.
He looks at you, obviously with no recognition of that. Dashki says that you need assistance taking the town, and the Three Jaws would be willing to do that, as we do not want the coldest tribe in control of this area any longer.
Now, why is that exactly?
He looks to a couple of the other gnolls, and they start giving that hyena-like laugh again, like they know some kind of inside joke. But give me an animal handling check. Anybody can do this.
21.
Better than mine. I got a
Oh.
whopping 5.
Anybody that got above a 15, you don't think the hyenas they're making laughing like noises, but you think it's out of a sense of nervousness around that question.
I'll laugh
Okay.
too. I'll start nervously laughing too. Yeah.
There's this awkward quiet after that for just a moment. And then he says that the coldest tribe follows the Carrion King.
Who's that?
The Three Jaws do not. The Carrion King.
Yeah.
There's a group of gnolls that follow alternative teachings. The Carrion King leads them.
Oh, yeah. He seems like a dick, so we should definitely kill him too.
Alternative to what exactly? I don't know much about your kind.
So he says, he looks to you and give me a persuasion check. Just to see if you come off...
Less tiny and afraid. 19.
No. Nice, okay.
Smudge is very curious. She's actually like making notes as all of this is going on.
Yeah, so he just says to you that the Three Jaws followed Lamash too. Lamashtu is a goddess of monsters. It's believed that she gave birth. Like if there's a new monster, if we go like the good races, and I put that in quotes, but like humans, dwarves, elves, they would believe that Lamashtu is the creator of races like goblins, orcs,
Okay.
gnolls,
Okay.
ogres. But more than that, Lamashtu is renowned for her image is like of a pregnant goddess, literally birthing monsters into the world.
Okay.
If you would like, you can give me a history check to see if you know the story of how Lamashtu birthed gnolls.
Through her vajuzel.
We're gonna
20. Dirty 20.
20. Okay, so I'm going to show. I'm not going to tell it, but I am going to show it to you. So, and you can decide whether Smudge is a bard. Maybe she can tell the story if she'd like.
Mhm.
But it should be in your journal now. So he tells you that. Yeah. Yeah. Should be under handouts, I think. No, under. Did you have something new pop up? How Lamashtu birthed the gnolls.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I see it.
So Narg tells you that the three jaws still follow Lamashtu. Not a good goddess at all, by the way, everybody. But he tells you that the Carrion tribes, the tribes that follow the Carrion King, they follow a different god, a god of destruction that has adopted those tribes.
Oh, that's really fucking cool.
Oh, this is just a religion war then, for you.
Isn't everything?
Not necessarily. There are other factors such as money, territory.
We don't seek the destruction of the world. The Carrion tribes do.
That just seems silly as a bunch of assholes that also live here.
So we're doing this to find Mummy's corpse?
Absolutely.
You have Packmaster guards, my scouts tell me, at that monastery to the south.
Yeah, they were an
You
unfortunate
sure you're not-
coincidence.
A coincidence?
Somebody had to fund the adventure.
That's interesting.
Why is that?
Let's just talk. Is this going to be a payment? And Dashki says, you would have to name your price, Narg. So he says, if we help you liberate Calmoraine, it's likely that Saren Ray's Crusaders will come to retake the temple there. We will need some kind of assurance that the three jaws will not be bothered if we stay out of your valley there.
I mean, you stay out of our business, we'll stay out of yours.
So he points. He goes, then the escarpment, the ridge. That would be the border.
Yeah, you can keep all those damn monkeys too while you're at it. That's totally fine with us.
He says, "Are you able to make this deal? Are you able to confirm that if the Crusaders come, that the Three Jaws will not be bothered? For our assistance, of course."
Am I able to do that?
You tell me.
I'm pretty sure that we
Absolutely.
can.
No, I don't think anyone in the party has a connection to the Saren Ray Crusaders, except for maybe a certain prickly bard that's out with the horses. Philippe mentioned that his group is called the Lions of Saren Ray, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we help his friend, he'll help us.
Absolutely, we can guarantee it.
There's mass sort of yipping and growling from the edges as you say that, and he says, "Do you have a plan to take the town?"
Well, there was some sort of merge. What was it? You wanted to take the cacti and turn them into bombs?
Well, I mean, it was just an idea, but yeah.
The cacti
They
that
said
make you
to,
real
like-
high.
They said to like pick off guards if we can, so that would be sort of plan is to I'm guessing pick them off as they come out for watch or something like that, a little bit at a time. So we get him by himself, so he's easier to handle. Not that that should be a problem for you lot, given the way you're made and all that. Sorry, I just got through the end of that. Sorry.
The three jaw. He says, if you'd like. I mean, if you just need a shot at their leader, we can take the rest, so to speak.
I think it's going to take more than just us, though, is the problem. We've seen a bit of what he can do. It's troubling. Do you know much about him?
He's part Jinn.
That's what I was afraid of.
Plans.
And how does one stop a djinn?
You put him in a bottle?
No, that's a genie. This is like
It was a joke.
this. He says, he looks at you like not understanding what a joke is, and then he
You
looks.
poor child.
He looks back at the rest of you. He's like, if the Three Jaws arrive at the edge of town, I promise you, he'll move his gnolls to attack us. The battle market would be mostly empty at that point if you'd like an opportunity.
Do you know what kind of part Jinn he is? Do you have any information that might help us defeat him? We're kind of working blind here.
He says, I know that each Jinn has a favored element, and his is fire, so that won't harm him.
But water would, yes.
I don't know that water would actually hurt him, but you have some sort of water attack.
Sort of. One time.
You're some sort of fey creature. You smell like a gnome.
I am a gnome.
He can
I'm
wet
a
his pants when he sees baboons.
Listen not to the crazy
Much
woman behind
hyena
me.
laughter fills the keep from the gnolls.
I'm also laughing in character.
They say that he says we can create a diversion that you should be able to have him alone. I'm not sure that any of us can stand to his acts, though.
And what of his second in command? Do you know anything about him?
He led the pack prior to Cardswan taking over. I will break him.
Did Cardswan take over? Like, did this other person let him take over willingly, or did Cardswan do it forcibly?
Ugrak follows the teachings of the Carrion tribes, and Cardswan is somehow connected to them. So it wasn't. It was not a forced takeover.
Okay. Do I know anything about the Carrion King now that it's been mentioned?
Only that there's always been rumors sort of around Katapesh that that the Carrion King is going to be this somehow ultra powerful Gnoll warlord that would unite the tribes and then take Katapesh for themselves.
I'm going to ask him.
And that the Carrion tribes follow the Rough Beast or Ravagug as, and I think you guys do have some information on Ravagug in your journal.
I'm going to ask, so what does your tribe know of a pyramid in an open desert?
When you say that, there is a noticeable amount of recognition that comes over the gnolls, and they say, you saw it in the storms.
Yes. What did you see it?
We saw it too.
What does it mean to you? Is there any of your knowledge of what that could possibly be?
No. No, it is strange and foreign to us. We have never seen any storms like that before.
Okay.
And do you know anything of it?
No, that's why I was asking you. I thought perhaps your people would have known something of it. We know of these things, but not in these lands. In the deserts further on.
When the storm swept over the fort, my night guardians said they stood on a plain of sand and saw a distant pyramid.
I saw it before the storm hit. I wasn't in the storm when I saw it.
He says, we did not experience anything like that prior to the storm.
Good.
I saw a pyramid as big as a mountain and sand. Just nothing but sand.
There are lands to the south that wield strange wild magics, and we believe that perhaps the storm came from there, and we were merely seeing a vision of the lands to the north where these pyramids are. Anybody with Arcana can that does not make any sense to you. Obviously the gnolls are out of their element. There are lands to the south filled with wild magics and strange shit, but why the storm would sweep out of the south and then show you a vision of the north, that doesn't make any sense. There's no connection.
Okay. And you said it was... Didn't you say that the storm came from the north anyways?
Yeah, it sort of came from northwest.
Over the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think maybe at that point the big gnoll gets up and walks over to Shazzy, who he thinks is the lead, and he reaches out a claw-like hand to her in like some sort of like handshake gesture.
Oh, you want to dance? And I stand up and put my hand daintily in his.
Will your people stay away from Kelmarine after we get the city back?
I have no need of Calmarine, and no doubt Saren Ray's paladins will arrive. But as I said before, we'll stay out of the valley so long as the paladins remain in the valley.
Ridgeline is the border. Fair deal.
Monkey territory.
So he squeezes your hand, Shazzy, and he's very strong. Maybe not as strong as Gelhank.
I squeeze back, but I am not strong.
Okay. And I think that's where we're gonna end tonight. If this was a movie, maybe as the camera pulls back, we just see like Gelhank and Bingo glaring at each other across the fire.
Ooh. Intrigue.
We'll be back next
Sexual
Sunday.
tension. Can the relationship overcome? Tune in next week.
Tune in next time.
They're mean to each other like middle schoolers. I love it.
As the world turns.
It can't be as the world turns. Nobody's in a coma.
As sands through the hourglass. Yes, there are.
Yes.
There's two men
They're
in a coma out
unconscious.
on the
There's a
camels.
difference.
And her
So
hiding the sword is the equivalent of cracking into his cell phone. When he went to the bathroom.
Let's raid somebody. Who shall we
Alright.
raid?
I don't know. Your
I
channel.
don't know.
But
Yeah, but you know all the people.
join us tomorrow on the Vactaire for some fun
Which way am I
shit.
pointing for you?
Will there be skinwalkers?
No, I'm not allowed to have those in my game.
Yes, we're actually playing tomorrow, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Look at
We
that.
we better be after the cliffhanger that you left us on.
So there's that. Please remember to check out our sponsor. I'm going to link that one more time before we run. CanadianDice.ca for all your dice and gaming needs. Use the code OMRD to get a 10% discount on any order that you place there. Don't forget to check out the Vactaire schedule for their one-shots and their fundraisers this month as we head, we're almost to we're past the halfway mark now, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We're on the
I
back
think-
half of the course.
We got
Today.
two
Excellent.
sessions this week, 2 one-shots this week on Tuesday and Thursday with Ruin from Cantrips and Coffee on Tuesday for Call of
Doing
Cthulhu,
Call of Cthulhu? Nice.
and Keisha from Potions and Potpourri on Thursday for an Aliens one-shot.
And we're
Yeah.
in that.
Yeah, we are.
More of us are in that.
We're all gonna die.
Okay. And we're going to raid Darling Creepshow.
All right, sounds good.
Does that sound like... Let's see if I can get it to work. If I get it to work, I just want to say that it'll be the 3rd successful raid, I think, that I've had in a
We're
row.
going to get there and they're going to be all...
Oh no.
See
Have a
you
good
everybody
night,
next time.
everybody.
2, 1. Away we go.